Hola, buenas tardes. Welcome to Sean's Shave Den, and I'm Sean, and welcome to lovely Puerto Rico. Here's for another shave video today. So the products that I'm going to be using today. So I have AP Shave Company Sinbad knot with a marble handle on it. I got a timeless lather bowl over here. And for the soap of the day that I'm going to be using is going to be Dr. John's Shaving, and it's Crystal Lake. Okay? So the scent profile on Crystal Lake, well, first let me go into the aftershave. I'm using Mirasol because I'm not looking to take away the scent. So this is a scent of the soap. So this is a good aftershave to have if you don't want to take the scent of the soap away and you just want your face feeling nice and refreshed and clean after your shave. So I got the Mirasol Formula C. Okay. Also, being as it's a weekend and it's 5 o'clock somewhere, cheers. I got a nice glass of Johnny Walker White Walker over here. So I'm gonna be drinking that throughout my shave as well because we're all gentlemen here, right? And ladies. So anyway, I soaked my brush a little bit. Now it's a synthetic knot, so you don't need to soak it, but you just need water, but I don't see any harm in soaking it. I like soaking it. In my opinion, when I soak a brush, I get a better lather later on. I don't know how it works, but that's just how but it's a very soft brush, very soft knot, like a brown and whitish color. So I've already been blooming the puck, which means I put a little bit of water, hot water on top of it. Now, Dr. John's is more of a firmer soap. It's not hard, but it's somewhat hard. Well, you can still put your finger in it and you can still make an indentation, but it's a lot harder than most of like the tallow-based soaps that you're gonna see. So I bloomed the puck to loosen up the oils on top and loosen out the scent. Now the scent notes on Dr. John's is like a coconut and rum smell. So if you've ever tried Ariana and Evans St. Bart's, it's very similar to that smell, except for it's a little lighter in scent. And when you start lathering it up, you get a little bit more of a citrusy scent out of it. One of my favorites. And I'm on a tropical island, so what's better to do than a little coconut shave over here? So I got the bloom water right here. What I usually do is I'll pour it out into my hand and put it on my face as like a pre-shave kind of thing. Okay. Helps it get very slick. Now, Dr. John's is a vegan formula. So if that's helpful to anybody that's a vegan or just doesn't want to use animal products, Dr. John's is a great soap base for that. Okay. So I got my timeless lather bowl, which is awesome. It doesn't break, it's plastic. Put a little bit of water at the bottom over here. Take the brush, and then we'll start loading the brush on the puck over here and see how it's just coming out right now, lather. I'm into the whole load it like you hate it kind of thing over here, and then I'll finish up the lather in the bowl. So this brush that I got is very soft. It has a little bit of backbone, but not as much as like the tuxedo knots or anything like that. It's very soft. So I got about a day and a half's worth of growth. Okay. Starting to get loaded up pretty well over here. Now, in my opinion, Dr. John's is one of the best vegan soap bases out there. is very slick, very rich, creamy lather that it comes out of it. And his scents are he's got a variety of different scents at their store, at Dr. John's. So, the AP brush I bought on Etsy. AP Shaving Company, I believe, is the name of the company that makes it. So, brush is nice and loaded up. All this other lather over here, this proto lather on the outside. Just have that up to my beard over here. This all is helpful for almost like a pre-shave. It softens up the beard a little bit. It just makes your shave more enjoyable. Even if it doesn't work out, even if it doesn't do anything to help the lather or the shave, it still feels good on the face. And that's what shaving is all about. It's about pampering yourself over here. It's what separates the Neanderthals from the men right here. The start of civilizations. So wash my hands off over here. Start lathering the soap in the bowl. And it's already starting to get a nice lather. Now, Dr. John's isn't necessarily a thirsty soap, but it can take a lot of water. And dialed in correctly, you could get a really nice, creamy, glistening soap that's very slick. So I like to add a little bit more water than normal. It still ends up being a very thick lather. So see how it's coming out? It's very thick on the bottom of the cup over here. Take the tips, dip it in my water bowl. A little bit more. Just the tips. Dip it in the water bowl, then start lathering again. Slowly but surely adding the water and build up the lather the way you like it. This stuff smells really good. Very nice tropical scent to it. Got a little bit more water. Now this timeless bowl over here is wonderful because I know me, my hands get slippery, I'm very clumsy. And with the Captain's Choice, which is a great bowl, don't get me wrong, I love it and I still use it all the time. It's easily breakable. Whereas this, I could drop it on the ground. I don't know how many times I've dropped it on the ground and it still comes out good. So, see how the lather's starting to come out over here. Very creamy, very thick, rich lather. Tip a little bit more water. Like I said, this could take a lot of water, this soap base. So don't be shy with dripping a little bit of water in there to get the lather that you want. All right, that's about as good as it's gonna get in the bowl over here. Well, I'm sure I could get it better, but we'll start with the face now. Painted it on. Got about a day and a half's worth of growth here. See how thick that is? Finish off the lathering process on my face. Add a little bit of water. Now, in general, I do like my natural hair brushes, but if I had to choose any brushes anymore, it would be the synthetic. They're easy upkeep. Very easy. They're lather monsters. They'll make a ton of lather. And they don't suck up a lot of lather either. I know with a lot of my badger knots, they suck up a lot of the lather. By the third pass, you've got a really thin layer. See that? Just kicked, add a little bit more water. Like I said, in previous videos, I'm a messy shaver. You got lather everywhere. But that's the part of the fun of it. See? Very thick lather. Very peaky. Now, I like to take my time with my lathers. No rush here. And that seems like good enough. My favorite part of the shave. So, put that back in the bowl. Wash my hands off over here. Now, the razor I'm using is going to be the Karve Christopher Bradley razor again, like previous ones. Eventually I'll start switching out to different razors, but this is one of my favorites so far. And the blade I'm using is a Gillette 7 O'Clock Super Platinum, the black one. Really good blade. And it's on, I believe it's like 50 use. Shake off my hand a little bit. Dip the razor in the water. Now, dipping my razor in the water gets the blade hot. Cleans the blade off a little bit, and it just, to me, makes it, because I mean it's a hotter blade, so when it's on your face you get a nice warm sensation. Now, once again, very light touch. We'll start with the grain. So slick. One of my favorites as far as the vegan formulas is Dr. John's. It's right up there with Soap Commander, the lightest touch, which is an amazing soap all on its own, and Katie's Bubbles. Wow, that got down most of the hair. Switch sides. I usually switch to the other side of the razor for the other half of my face, just so I get an even wear. Very slick soap. I believe this is the second formula base. I think they have 2 different formula bases for Dr. John's. Look at that. Very slick, very thick, very rich, clean, creamy lather that protects the face. Start underneath the chin a little bit. Now the slickness on this is unbelievable, and that goes for the residual slickness as well. You can see how I don't have any soap there, but razor is just gliding right across the skin without any irritation whatsoever. Down the neck. And I can't emphasize enough for all the new beginners, all it takes is a very light touch. Let the weight of the razor move down your face. No extra pressure. There's no need. The blade should be sharp enough and the weight of the razor should be heavy enough to bring that blade down your face. With little to no irritation. Around the Adam's apple is the hardest area for me. I got a very pronounced Adam's apple, very bony. But I just do around. Put my finger on the Adam's apple just so it doesn't move. There you go. Pretty clean. Now, hair reduction is the key point. You do 3 passes, 2 passes. Every pass, you get less and less hair on the face. You don't want to take it all off in one foul swoop. If you're doing that, you're taking a lot of skin off with it as well. Option. Can't wait to finish this pass so I could take a sip of my Johnny Walker. Now, I'm normally not a Scotch guy. I like Scotch. I'll drink it every now and then. I'm more of a bourbon guy, and I've been starting to get more into like the rums, like the Añejo rums over here in Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic and all the Caribbean islands out here. Just sip it straight, a little bit of ice in it. Maybe, if you want, put a little bit of coconut water in there. We are on a tropical island. Wonderful. Great pass. Let me wash the face off so I can get it with another pass over here. And just feeling the soap as I put water on here, the residual slickness is unbelievable. And that just adds on when I put more soap on my face. So, cheers to the second pass now. Nice sweet taste to that. Now, the White Walker one is for the Game of Thrones show. They're supposed to come out with more scotches for each house in Game of Thrones, if you're a big Game of Thrones fan, which I am. So I can't wait for the other houses scotch to come out. The White Walker one in particular is meant to be put in the freezer. So it's nice and cold, and it brings out a little bit more of the flavor. And as it warms up, you get a different flavor altogether. They use different types of malts. From all over Scotland. It's supposed to make a flavor for each house. And a little bit more water. Now, for vegan soap, the face feel, I've been using this for the whole week, pretty much, this particular soap. The face feel, it leaves my face feeling super moisturized, super refreshed, nice and supple skin. Okay, start with the second pass here. So my second pass is across the grain, this way. Now, even though this is like the 6th, and I used it to 6th use on the blade here, and I used it to shave my head a little bit ago too. Still cutting through that hair very smoothly. It's almost as if the blade isn't even there. These blades are very sharp, very smooth. Perfect for a beginner, I'd say, depending on what type of razor you got. But Gillette blades tend to be some of the smoother blades that I got. And I've tried Feather, which are very nice, but they're somewhat too sharp, sometimes too sharp. On my neck, I go up. That's across the grain for me. And you learn different tricks of the trade as you shave. Like, if you notice, sometimes on my neck, I'm not going directly up and down, I'm going more on an angle. And it catches more of the hairs, so you get more hairs off of your face at a time. The soap is having no problems with slickness. No problems whatsoever. Very light touch. Now, for you beginners out there, if you'd like more of an instructional video, please leave a comment below and I'll try and get a more instructional video on how to wet shave out there. But as of right now, there are a ton of instructional videos for this. combination of the soap, the razor, just unbelievable for this perfect Sunday morning shave, or Sunday afternoon, as I should say. Chin is usually the hardest part for people to get, so once again, there's a lot of curves, the hairs grow every which way, so there's no real mapping out your chin. So just a very light touch. Wow. That's almost BBS right there. For those of you that aren't hip on the shaving lingo over here, BBS means baby butt smooth. Then you got damn fine shave, or DFS. Which is just below BBS. Which I'd say, as of right now, this is a damn fine shave. Almost a BBS. With this third pass, it should be a BBS. For you beginners out there, don't try and chase a BBS. Look for the damn fine smooth, damn fine shave over here. You'll get a BBS when you least expect it. Chasing a BBS just means you're going to get more irritation on the skin, the face. Third pass. Salute. Look, I still got plenty of soap in that brush for a third pass. Probably even a fourth pass. You know, for the second and third pass, the shaving lather doesn't need to be very cushiony. So you could get away with a lot of slickness, which is what this has right now. Don't need to waste your time building up more lather. So, against the grain now. Especially with this pass, you want it to be very, very light and gentle on the skin. Just trying to get the remainder of the hairs that are left. Get that hair reduction going. Very nice. Or against the grain on my neck. My hair kind of grows towards my Adam's apple, so. Now you'll find that the neck on most people is going to be the more sensitive area. A lot of looser skin. So you may get a little bit of irritation here and there on your neck, depending on how often you shave and how hard you shaved on your face. I can't emphasize enough, it needs to be a very light touch. It takes some getting used to at first, but after the 5th or 6th time you shaved like this, you start getting the hang of it. So don't be discouraged if you get cuts or irritations, because eventually you'll get to the point where you have a wonderful shave, your face feels nice and refreshed and smooth. No irritation. And it's almost like going to a spa treatment, for me at least. You're pampering yourself. You're enjoying your shave. It's not with like a cartridge razor where you just shave once and down with the grain, and then you try and get a couple hairs here and there, and then you're done. You turn this into a hobby, and it really starts your day off or finishes your day off wonderfully. And then it'll go on to others, you know. They'll see you're a happy person in the morning. You had a good shave, you smell good, feel good. As I said, it separates the men from the Neanderthals. I'm not saying that beards are wrong. I just like a clean shaven face for one. It's really what started civilization. And there you have it. That's the end of the shave. So, salute to the end of the third pass. And let me get cleaned up, and I will be right back with you for the post shave. Okay, back for the post shave. All cleaned off. My post shave is going to be Mirasol Formula C. Now this stuff, great. If you're not looking for something with a little bit of perfume or a scent to it, and you're just looking to feel good and keep the scent of the soap that you already have on there a little bit more, this is the stuff for you. It's more of a menthol-y smell to it, so it goes away very quickly. So, without further ado, apply some on my face here. So it's almost got like a mentholy cucumbery smell to it. Very light, very subtle. But the menthol kicks in really nice and it leaves your face feeling wonderful. A little bit more. It is an alcohol-based aftershave, but it has a bunch of other stuff in it too. I also have, they have a whole line. Mearsal has a whole line of aftershaves, and I think they just started making shave soaps as well, which I haven't tried yet, but that's for another day. So there you have it. Feeling good, looking good. Caballeros and damas, good day. Have a good Sunday and weekend, and hope you start off your week right on Monday. Have a good one, people. Salud. Almost forgot to recap on the products that I used today. So real quick, let me just, the star of the party over here was Crystal Lake by Dr. John's. And I had a Karve razor, which I took apart so I can clean it right now. And the AP Shaving Company brush, which you could find on Etsy. They have their own page, storefront, or page, or whatever you like to call it on Etsy. And the Timeless Bowl. Timeless Lather Bowl right here. And Mearsal Formula C. And my friend Johnny Walker, White Walker Edition, Scotch. Have a good day, people.